Okay, hello. This is Edison Sumner. I'm the CEO of the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation, and just happen to be a very avid track and field fan. Have great expectations for Bahamian athletes. Always excited when I see them perform, and always feel so proud when I see them traveling all over the world, representing the country and doing so well in their craft. So I just want you to know, Team Bahamas, wherever you are, wherever you go, whomever you might be, that you've got a big fan in Edison Sumner. Before Team Bahamas left for the Rio Olympics, I actually had great expectations, and I wasn't disappointed. When we saw the performance of Team Bahamas, even though we didn't get too many medals, I think the medals that we got were very significant. The performances we saw, I saw some national record set. I saw some personal best record set. I mean, you can't ask for more than that, right? I mean, the medals is one thing. It's great to get a medal hung around your neck, but hey, when you can go to the international meet, compete against the best in the world, and come back and make finals and quarterfinals, and when you can break national records and set new personal best records, I think that is phenomenal. So those who were able to achieve that was great. But the other thing is this, not only those who were able to achieve those goals at the Olympics, but the fact that you even got onto the team to participate in the Olympics was a significant feat in and of itself. So my congratulations goes out to all those who made the Olympic team this year, and for all those who are hoping to get on the team next year. I'm saying to you, be encouraged, go for your goal. Who knows, I may be in the category of fellas under 50 taking part in the next Olympics. Who knows? The most memorable event for me at the Rio Olympics has to be the 400-meter finals. And I think that is perhaps the most memorable event for most of the people who watch the Olympics. And it was because that race showed me not only the quest for gold, but it showed me determination in Shanae's face. It showed me determination in her persona. It also showed determination in all the other ladies who ran in that finals race, because everyone was after the same goal. But the way that race ended in such dramatic fashion, I think the entire world was talking about it. My friends from the Far East were calling in. My friends from Europe were calling in and texting, saying, "Congratulations, Bahamas," and started coining this phrase, but diving for the gold. So I think for me, that was certainly the most memorable event of the 2016 Olympics. Listen, for the rising star, newcomer to the Olympics this year, my number one choice has to be Padira. I think that's what we call her name, Badria Seymour. Miss Badria Seymour. When I watched her, and I listened to the commentators, and before she got into the finals, they were talking about her being amongst those in the finals. And I thought, hey, even if she doesn't make it, I'm already so proud, because her name is on the lips of the commentators who were talking on the various talk show, sports commentating shows about how she's been doing so well. The fact that she made it to the finals of the 100 meters, I think 100-meter hurdles, was phenomenal. I mean, we watched it. I saw when she had a little bit of a stumble coming into the end, I believe, after her last hurdle. But man, I watched that race and I was so excited for her. I thought she might have come in maybe third. I think she got maybe fifth or sixth. But hey, that was still a phenomenal race. So I think that the world is going to see a lot more of her, and I think she's going to do the country proud. And we're looking forward to her becoming the next golden girl in the country. Female MVP goes without saying. It has to be Shawnee, right? I mean, it's only because not only is she a fantastic athlete, not only has she demonstrated awesome physical prowess in achieving her goals, but she happens to have such a fantastic attitude. She's pleasant, she speaks well, she represents the country well, she has a great attitude in everything she does from what we can see. So hands down, my female athlete has to be Shawnee Miller. The male MVP of the games has to be, for me, fireman Chris Brown, and only because he has been sort of the legend on the team. He's certainly, as far as we know, the eldest member of the team. He was given very high comments from the sports commentators as well, as being sort of the the guy to watch, but also being the legend on the field. Notwithstanding that his team got third place, but the fact is, everyone on that relay team, everyone who took part in that race, showed awesome respect for Chris Brown because he's been around for a long time. He's a legend in the sport. And because he, afterward, I understand, announced that was his last Olympics, I think he did fantastically well. And so for that, he gets my vote as the male MVP for the Games. Listen, when I was watching the various networks, ESPN, NBC, CBC, and the rest of them, and I'm hearing people talk, and I'm hearing repeatedly, in some cases, the Bahamas name is popping up. Then they started not only calling the name of the Bahamas, but they started calling names. Like they started referring to Tonic Williams Darling. They started calling Pauline Davis Thompson. They started talking about Chris Brown. They were talking about Eldies and all these other fantastic athletes. It made me feel so proud that the world has been paying attention. When they were talking about the 400-meter finals, I mean, they were making reference to the fact that the Bahamas holds this title or held the title prior to the last Olympics. And talking about that, they made reference to talking about Donald Thomas in the high jump. They were talking about Chris Brown in the 400 meters and the 400-meter relay team. They made reference to Sydney, Australia. These were proud moments for me to hear the world talking about the Bahamas. After we would have won the gold in the 400-meter finals with Shawnee Miller, I mean, that went viral. Everyone was talking about the Bahamas. Even those who didn't even know where the Bahamas was, suddenly the Bahamas became a household name around the world, and everyone knew about the Bahamas. So when I think about it, and I see also, based on the medals that we did win, the placements we got in the finals, et cetera, in some of the sports and the disciplines, and the fact that the Bahamas, as I said, jumped up from where we were on the listings all the way up near the top of the list per capita for medals won and for our rankings in the world when it comes to athletics, you can't beat it. So as far as I am concerned, the Bahamas is the best athletics nation in the world. No mind that we didn't win all of the medals because we didn't compete in every race. But the ones we competed in, we did well. And so again, the Bahamas should be commended. Its athletes ought to be commended. And if I had the resources, I would give all of them a big check with 7 figures behind it. I really would. And not TT dollars either. We'd be behaving money. Well, I want to say, again, my thoughts are to the team. I thought the team was fantastic. But oftentimes we look at the team, the athletes who are on the field or on the track, and we sometimes fail to look at the support structure that comes behind those athletes. They are oftentimes sort of what I call the quiet, hidden heroes behind the scenes. The coaches, the managers of the teams, the journalists behind who keep us abreast of what's going on. These, to me, are the unsung heroes. So I want to say that while the athletes are at the front of the cameras getting all the glory because they put the sweat and tears in, it is also a case that those who are behind them, the athletic associations and the journalists and the managers and the coaches and all the rest of those who support these teams, I want to commend them as well because I know that without the support structure, the athletes cannot get as far as they would have gone. So the entire team Bahamas, the management team, the what I call off track teams, support structure, and the athletes alike, I want to commend them all for a job well done. I'm looking forward to having the Bahamas continue to elevate itself in athletics around the world. And as we do so, yes, one thing I'm really hoping for. Here's what I want. That apart from the 7 figures that I want to write you all a check on, right? I want to see our athletes, beginning with Shawnee, sign some serious 10-figure endorsement deals so that when they get on the field and they run and they are not only flashing the Bahamian flag, but they beginning to get some real commercial benefits from what they're doing. That's what I'd love to see happen. The same way it happened for Bolt in Jamaica, the same way it's happening now for Buddy Hield in basketball and for our guy playing in the NFL and for Ms. Roll playing in the WNBA and the rest of them, whoever it is out there. I want to see our Bahamian athletes rise to the top of the food chain when it comes to endorsements as well from some of these large international companies. And I believe it will happen, and I think it's going to happen long before the next Olympics, so that if that happens, I can keep my money But I think that it's going to happen. So I want to congratulate everyone. Job well done. So on my behalf, on my family's behalf, my wife and son are also very avid track and field fans. But also from the business community in the country, the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce, I certainly want to congratulate you all. You did a fantastic job. You made us all very proud. Thank you so much, and I'm praying that you all stay strong and healthy throughout the rest of your careers.